Joe Adkins with us on the Little Caesars Hot and Ready Hotline on 107.7 The Franchise. Well, Joe, the longer we get, the further we get away from Scott Brooks being fired, the closer, or the more, at least it seems, that maybe there's an NBA coach involved instead of a college coach. Do you get that same feeling?
Zach, I told you that. I've told you that the last 3 days. Come on. How you doing, Zach? How was your weekend? Did you have a good trip?
Yes, I did. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I mean, you're asking the question when I've told you the entire time the coach that they're probably waiting on. I would be almost willing to bet he's in the playoffs. I don't think guys that don't send their teams to the NCAA tournament or not making the tournament consistently, or making the playoffs consistently, not that they can't be the coach, but I'm sure you're going to try to find a guy that's been successful already.
Yeah, and that gets back into the conversation we were having. I mean, obviously, look, you're always right, and you never.
I'm not right, but Zach, for real, seriously, there's every coach in the NBA. I mean, they can almost. This is really a gold mine. It's not like you're coming into a chopped liver team. You're coming into a team that's feels they can win an NBA championship and 2 top 5 players. You can call Greg Popovich and he'll think about it. He may not say yes, but he'll take some time to think. You're playing. I mean, this is not like a team that's on the decline or a franchise that's not been respectable and been shown great quality. I mean, this is a place that people want to be. So make no mistake, they're going to get the guy they want. That's not going to be the problem. Whoever they want, I mean, they know. I really feel, I heard you guys talking about the tampering. And, let's just give an example of Tom Thibodeau. Well, we heard way back in the middle of the season that he was trying to get out of Chicago. So just like, people tamper, it could be his agent leaking that, or maybe they talk to representatives. I'm just saying so many things happen that we don't know about, so we have to speculate. But I've been thinking, I've always felt the entire time that it was going to be a guy that has been successful in the playoffs. And those guys, you don't have to be ready, because if you put 5 guys on your list, 3 of those guys are going to say yes to you and accept the job. The other 2 may be wavering. So it's not like you're going to have to get to your 4th and 5th option to take this job.
Joe, what do you make of when you hear names thrown out and certain people will say, well, he's just not a fit for this organization? Guys like Thibodeau, he's too strong-minded. He would clash with Sam Presti. When you hear things like that, what do you think?
I think Sam Presti's going to hire the guy that can win an NBA championship for his organization. In anytime you get a coach that's won and been successful, he's going to have an opinion. And I think if Sam Presti hires a guy, he's probably going to understand that guy's going to have an opinion. It's business. Business is business. A guy like Tom Thibodeau, if he's the best coach and they feel that, I would assure you that organization, Tom Thibodeau will be the coach. They're not going to hinder themselves just because they're going to have a coach that's going to want to have some power and say so. Well, he's coaching those guys, so he should have a little say-so in what's going to go on in the upper office. And I would be assuming that we're talking about players and things like that.
All right, by the same token, what do you think when you hear people say, well, they've got to bring in someone that Durant and Westbrook like if they want to keep them around long-term? Am I wrong in thinking that it's as simple as bring in someone that wins, and Durant and Westbrook will like that a lot more than they will, say, the personality of a coach?
Well, when people say a guy they like, I'm not worried about that. As a head coach, you want a guy that they respect. That's what's going to get those guys to go to the upper echelon and raise their level of play even more. I mean, they're going to have a coach that they believe in and a coach that can challenge them and motivate them to even want to be better. That's the most important thing. I don't think they have to be buddies. Buddies doesn't have anything to do with winning.
Zach, do you think that they respect Scott Brooks? Joe, do you think that?
I think they respect Scott Brooks for who he is and what he's done for them. But as far as maybe if we've heard all these times that Scott Brooks draws a play and the players go out there and they do something completely different, no, they don't respect him.
The thing that keeps on tripping me up about all this, and maybe it's not right for it to trip me up, is that I just can't imagine Sam Presti not knowing who the next coach will be. Not a list of 3 or 4, but doesn't know who the next head coach will be if he's going to go ahead and relieve a very, very competent coach of his duties.
Well, no. Again, as I've said, this job is not a job where you're going to get one of the best, if not the best. Now, yeah, you could have a deal with a guy and say the deal is set up, but you haven't interviewed the guy. You've talked to his representatives. Y'all have had informal conversations, maybe not in depth, but you feel that's the guy. And then say you have, and you knew you had a list of 4 people like, I'll talk to all these guys. And one of those guys interviews better and it works out. We've seen that happen before in professional sports where somebody was going to get the job. I mean, Mike Tomlin landed the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, that's one of the most popular franchise there is because he interviewed well and how he presented himself. So I don't think, I'm like you. I think it's pretty much set. I think it's 3 or 4 guys. Now, I don't know if he just knows for sure this is the guy I'm going to hire because he knows if he offers the guy the job already, he knows the guy's going to take it. So he still has the leverage over the guy anyway because the guy probably has a job. So he'll stay at home or if he's going to move, whatever. We put a lot of thought in this, but in business terms, this is how it really goes. I mean, this is not surprising to me that the Thunder haven't named a coach yet.
Your boy Perk got in there yesterday.
Did exactly what he's supposed to do. That's why they got him.
That's why they got. I mean, isn't that wild though? How far we've come, where Kendrick Perkins was a main cog in the starting lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder, and now he has been relegated to bleepster for the Cleveland Cavaliers for $9 million.
I mean, well, I think here he was asked to do a little more. He was playing more minutes, but that's what his role was. That's what he brings. I mean, there's a guy, and that's how it is in the NBA. That's why Michael Jordan loved Charles Oakley. When there's a problem and a guy's beating you up physically, Perk doesn't mind. Okay, I'll get him off of you. And you go in and you do that, and if something escalates, hey, it's Perk leaving the game. It's okay. But the message has been set, and that's all they were trying to do.
Joe, yes or no, Kelly Olynyk, or Olynyk, however you say his name, Kelly Olynyk purposely hurt Kevin Love yesterday when he separated his shoulder?
Yes.
What about J.R. Smith?
I mean, he said yes or no, so yes.
No, I know, but what about J.R. Smith?
No.
Oh, come on.
You don't think that was on purpose?
He hit him in the face and dude hurt his knee. No, he wanted to hit him in the face. That's what he was trying to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was on purpose. Knocking his ass out was on purpose.
The difference is, listen, if I punch you in the face, I don't know if I don't think your knee is going to buckle. That doesn't have anything to do.
Understood. But he was trying to knock him out.
Yes. Listen, he did knock him out. Dude hurt his knee. He hit him in the face, and dude hurt his knee. Kevin Love, dude, they're going for the ball. Dude gets it. He twists in there. He didn't know the difference between the arm and the ball. And he says, well, I didn't do it on purpose. Well, if you're twisting like that, what else can you do? What were you trying to do then?
Zach, Joe, I've watched Kelvin Sampson basketball teams, and a lot of times guys don't know the difference between their arm and a ball. There's a lot of fouling going on.
That's what I'm saying. If I elbow you in the face and then say, well, I didn't try to break your nose, what do you think is going to happen if you elbow me in the face? Yeah, you might not thought of that when you did it, but that's the result of you make that action. So, yes, you did it on purpose. It's like a guy cut blocking someone when you're not supposed to and then saying, I wasn't trying to hurt him. Well, what are you trying to do?
And finally, my final question for you is, does it resonate with you, all of the ads for Pitch Perfect 2 in the NBA playoffs?
I'm not gonna go watch it, but I will see that movie. It's those previews are hilarious.
Here.
Though.
Are we serious? What is going on around
are.
here?
I mean, it's funny. I just happen to be paying attention. Sometimes I'm like, oh, that's pretty funny. Yeah, I mean, when dude is talking to her and she's like, that's 100% no. And then she's winking her eye. That's hilarious.
God. Joe, are you going to watch Pitch Perfect 2 or are you going to watch video games on ESPN 2?
I would rather watch Pitch Perfect 2 than watch whatever that was.
This is not.
I mean,
no,
just they used to have like a Madden on TV.
You're done.
I would watch the Madden thing.
Nope, it's over. It's over. You're done. You have lost all credibility in this space with your little Pitch Perfect routine.
Joe,
here.
what was the game when you were in college that like you and Desmond Mason could have been televised playing?
Oh, it had to have been like NBA 2K.
You know
NBA
what?
2K.
I was more into the
sports
sports
before
games.
2K, Zach, when they were in
college.
It was
NBA Live 95.
No, I was a sports. No, I was a sports game guy, and Mace was more of the. He liked those other games. Like he would play the sports with me, but we would have other guys. But we were playing.
He's playing like James Bond.
NCAA. It may have been Coach K. It may have been Coach K. Still, we were on NCAA basketball. Because we were on the game, actually, and then we played college football and college basketball.
I bet on those games, I bet old Joe Adkins lit up for about 60 a game, huh?
You know, the one thing about me, I played like we played. I mean, that's how the game is made. You're supposed to do the things you do. But on Coach K, there was a secret to making the shot every time, and I knew how to do that.
Joe Adkins averages 72 a game for the Oklahoma State Cowboys. All right, see you later. Enjoy Pitch Perfect.
All right, fellas, you have a good day.